Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday's Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. I'm so excited to be on here with you guys today. And I super apologize for Wednesday. I don't even know what happened, except it's just crazy on the days that Claire goes to school because I kind of lose track of time. And I had Stamp Club that morning, and so stuff was like pushed behind schedule, or just like I normally eat lunch at 11 with Claire, and of course, Stamp Club was still going on, so I ate a little bit later, and everything was just pushed back. So, yeah, there's a chance that I might be dropping the Wednesday Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy just because of that chaos. So I'm not, messing up with things and things like that. So stay tuned. We will see how it goes. It's just sometimes it's a lot to do it 3 times a week. So I'm sure you guys all understand. But I know you'll miss me, and I'm sure I'll miss you guys too. So today I am actually doing these fabulous Christmas cards. And I'm so excited about this. I'm using a new microphone. So let me know if you guys can hear me better, if you can hear me worse, if you don't notice a difference. Just let me know, and we'll kind of see how things go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is the card that I'm making. Let me go ahead and take it out of the plastic just so there's less glare, even though there's a lot of fabulous shine on this card. Super, super fabulous. And I will share with you all of the dimensions for this card so that you can make it too. And of course, you can always change up the greeting to be any greeting that's like fairly long and skinny that fits there. And then of course, you can always do any sort of decoration on the inside as well. So let's get started. First, I have a regular real red card base. And this real red card base is 5.5 by 8.5. So here's my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I just cut it in half at 5.5. And we are going to fold those in half for our card bases. I've done some of them. Then we used 2 pieces of Whisper White per card. These both measure 4 inches by 5.25. And again, one goes on the front as that little layering effect. So there's a 1/4 inch showing total. So 1/8 and 1/8. And then the other one goes on the inside to decorate and of course to write your message on. So 2 pieces of Whisper White measuring 5.25 by 4. I'm just going to pull like one of everything out. Then we have a gold foil square. This is just a 4 by 4 inch square. The awesome thing about that is the gold foil is 12 by 12. So you're literally using every single inch of that gold foil with no waste, which is super, super fabulous. And then of course we have our ribbon. One of the ways that I use ribbon to determine how much length I need is if I'm just doing a knot, I simply wrap it around the card all the way. So it goes across the back, and then it goes all the way across the front, all the way across the front on the other side. And that's how much ribbon I need to be able to do this. So if you prefer, you can always work right off the spool, or if you need a little bit more, then just know that it needs to be a little bit hanging off on either side. If you want the exact number, this happens to be like almost 13 inches. So you can see it's over 12, but it's just over by just a hair. So I mean, you could always do 13. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be the same every time because I always do it like that and I don't actually measure. So I'm not really sure. Hi, Karen. So can you tell that the microphone is there and it does sound different? Or and like, am I too loud? Because you know how I am very loud, and I know that. So yeah. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. I'm so excited. Debbie, you have your free stamp set in the mail, or it went in the mail yesterday. So hopefully that arrives for you, and you can play with that this weekend. I'm also trying a new mailing option. So I hope that all goes well too. just trying new things to try to make things more seamless and less running to the post office as often and things like that. Okay, so now that we have all of our pieces, I'm using Real Red ink and then a stamp set of your choice. So for this original sample, I used the Banner Year stamp set. This is the free stamp set of the month for this month, September. So any orders of $75 or more will get this free or this stamp set sent to them from me for free. That's like an exclusive offer that only I do. So I used Christmas Wishes on the inside and I used Be Merry on the outside. And then I used this little thing for a little decoration on the inside, on the four corners. But you could always use, I thought maybe one of these might work, like the Glory to the Newborn King would work. I'm not sure if either of those two would work. I could always move my ribbon up just a smidge, and then that one would work too. The Oh Come Let Us Adore Him. And then I also got out my Itty Bitty Christmas greeting stamp set because it has itty bitty Christmas greetings. So I could always do season's greetings, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, blessed Christmas wishes, Christmas cheer. Any of those would work. They would also work as great inside greetings too. If you wanted something maybe a little bit bigger, like if you thought that was like too small of a greeting and you wanted something a little bit bigger, so you had to do less writing. Because after all, when you're making multiples at Christmas time, you're not writing a novel in everyone's card. Oh, and then the last thing that I used for this card is the Gilded Gems. And then I just have my take your pick tool so that I can easily pop those on. So let's get started on these because I think I have, do I have 12 or 24? I don't remember. But I have a lot of cards that I'm going to make with you. If you guys have any questions along the way or suggestions or anything, I'm always open for that. Hi, Laura. Welcome. So it wasn't quite loud enough before, but it sounds great now. Well, that's awesome to hear. Normally, no one says that I'm too quiet. Usually they say I'm too loud. Oh, that's awesome that you already have plans for it. I'm so excited for you. So what are you guys all doing this weekend? Anything fun? Laura, I'm sure you're packing boxes. I don't know if I would call that fun, but moving to a new place, once it's done, is fun. Actually, I don't even know. I mean, we love where we live, but we're still doing house projects. So I'm kind of still waiting for that fun to come. I almost feel like I wish we would have bought a house back when we first got married and we had more time on our hands. But when we first got married, we didn't have the money. So it's all one of those things that you're always like, I mean, and I hate to feel this way, but like I always feel like you're always wanting something more because it just takes time to get there. So, you know, can't wait to get married so you can have kids, and you can't wait to have kids so that you can get a house or, you know, whatever. And then it just kind of keeps trickling forward like that. But yeah, trying to do house projects with a toddler is like brushing your teeth with Oreos. Okay, I think there's only 12 here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's actually 13. Okay, all my card bases are nice and folded. So now we're going to get started on all of our Whisper white pieces here. So now some of these go on the inside and then some of them are for the front. And just because I want to do it different than this one, then I'm going to try a couple of the other options here as well. So I think I'm going to do a couple Celebrate the Season. Is that what this one says? It is. I actually haven't finished assembling this stamp set. I kind of got this stamp set towards the end of last year, so I only used certain ones. And then I think because it's a Christmas set, then I kind of tossed it aside and haven't looked at it since. And so that's probably why it never got completely assembled. So I'm just using one of the small skinny blocks. This is block G. And you can always put your gold foil on first, but if you're afraid that your stamping is going to be off and you need to flip it over, then you'll want to stamp first. So if anything, you can always place this here as like a little guide so that you know you're not stamping too high or too low. Celebrate the season. Super cute. I feel like I'm going to probably be making more than just 13 of these. Because after all, we know I need to make a whole bunch. And I don't know, I'm loving the gold and red simplicity. Normally, I am a navy and silver girl when it comes to Christmas. So it's kind of weird that I'm red and gold this time. But this just, I don't know, it just so jumps out at me. But I feel like you could do this same card in so many colors. I mean, you could do it in copper and green. You could do it in navy and silver. You can do it in red and gold. Like, there's so many options. Now I feel like I want to do it in copper and green. That sounds really pretty. Okay, so that was 6. And then let's do the "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him." Although I almost feel like that's like super religious, and I'm not sure that this card screams religious. Maybe I'll do that other one, the "Sharing with You." Does this one fit? "Sharing with you the glory, wonder, and miracle of this holy season." Yeah, that one works. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. It's so funny that you always say good morning because it's not morning here, but that's okay. It's so crazy. I still find like time change and everything just the craziest thing. Like that and weather changes and how it's so different in so many different areas. I sent an email to someone in Australia this morning and I said good morning. And then after I typed that, I was like, at least it is here. Because I'm not sure what time it was there whenever I sent it. Okay, I have 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do a different one. Because we need to mix it up. Maybe I'll go back and I'll do the last ones in that "Be Merry." Oh, I already have it out. So I just need 3 of these. As I was looking through, I felt like it wasn't like fully inked, which is why I went back to the ink pad again. I feel like you can really see that with photopolymer on whether it's fully inked or not. So you can kind of catch yourself. Okay, I think I did 13. You can hear me much better? That's awesome. I'm glad that that is working very well. I actually have, like, can you see, like, okay, so here's the pole, and then here is the microphone. So it's like kind of close to me, and my microphone before was up here. So that's awesome to hear that you guys can hear me very well. I feel like there's more than 13 in this stack, but here goes nothing. We'll figure it out at the end. How much can you guys see of this? So this one, I really kind of struggled in the beginning. I was like, should I stamp it like out or in? So that one I stamped, I guess I would call that out. I'm going to stamp one in just to see what it looks like. think out is probably best. Which one do you guys like better? I don't know how to explain the two. So we're going to say the right side. This is the right side. And this is the left side. And which one do you guys think looks better? Make it 14. Hi, Kathy. So yeah, let me know. Right or left do you prefer? I think I'm actually preferring this one more. The other one like doesn't seem to fit in the corner as well. So I'm technically like stamping on the stack of Whisper White, which is dangerous. You like it out the right-hand side. I don't remember which one was my right and which one was my left. Oh, geez. But I'm stamping on the stack of Whisper White. So you just need to be very careful that it's not super hanging off. And then you end up stamping and like falling down. So that's why I kind of keep messing with the stack as I rotate it around. Is just to make sure. Okay, so there's 4 of them. And I need 13, right? The right was out. Okay. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. You guys are awesome. That is 5. It seems like we kind of have a consensus, or not a consensus. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. This is 6. There was a little extra on that one. So now we're going to do it the other way again. Seven. And as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I'm already like bored with this task and I want to move on to another one, but I also feel like I should probably complete it. That was 8. You believe me? That was 9, right? We're going to flip it back around. $11. $12 and $13. Nailed it. See, this is why I don't always trust myself with the numbers, is because I usually will have like 1 or 2 extras cut just in case I make a mistake. Okay. Now we just need an inside greeting. So the one says, celebrate the season. So I think I'm going to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year on the inside of that one. But I don't remember how many of those I did. So I think I'm just going to do a few. And then we're going to probably have to start assembling to know how many I have. Oh, that's super cute. Isn't that fabulous? I love it. Okay, so now we're going to start doing a little bit of assembling just to make sure that we have everything together. Okay. And there's no dimensionals on this card. I know. I'm super shocked too. But again, that makes it quick, simple, and easy to make duplicates. So this is going on the inside of the card. And celebrate the season on the outside. This embossing folder, which is the evergreen embossing folder, is so gorgeous. And it looks like my Whisper White is a hair longer, so there's no problem with that. I'm just going to trim it off using that gold foil paper as my guide. I feel like it made me a little cross-eyed there for a second because I'm like trying to see it and it's reflecting back. Then we also want to make sure that we tie our ribbon on first before we add it to our card. But this evergreen embossing folder has so many depths to it that it makes it so real. Like I just want to touch it and be like, wow, that tree's farther forward. Oh, that one's farther back. Like it's so cool. Like this tree right here is deeper, and then this one's smooth, and then this one pops up. Like it's just, I don't know, it's magical. So we can either center the ribbon or we can off center it and put it towards the left or towards the right. And then I'm just gonna trim my little ribbon tails as a slant. Ooh. That seems very staticky. I know that folder is so amazing. Like it's so weird that it's just trees. Little extra adhesive over the ribbon spot just to secure it down. And a little gilded gem. So here's Celebrate the Season, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Love it. Okay, now let's just keep going. Mix and matching all of these. I knew that was going to happen. It's going to be the crazy part. Yes, aren't the colors fabulous? And of course, you should totally try to make these too. Not try, enjoy making these. I gave the instructions or like the dimensions to everything in the very beginning. So if you missed any of that, just hit replay whenever I'm done, and then you can enjoy all of those dimensions. Also, if you want to see a full list of the items that I used, then there's a link in the description that you can click that link, and it'll give you an entire list of the items that were used. You can use that as a supply list so that you can pull from your own supplies or modify as needed, but you can also use that as a shopping list. So there's little squares next to each item, and if you want to buy all of it, you can. At the bottom, it says add to cart, and it'll add everything. If there's certain items that you already have, just unclick the little box, and it will leave those off of your cart, and then hit add to cart at the bottom. So again, it's real quick, one-stop shop, one-stop shop, one-click shopping experience. So it makes it so much better than having to go through and individually add each item and hope you remembered everything and all of that. So it's great for a supply list to gather the items that you need, but also to fill in the blanks or to purchase the items that you also still need. And if you try this card out, then send it to me. Post it in the comments of this video, any of that. I would love to see your version of this, whether you did it exactly like mine or whether you modified it with a different stamp set or different colors or anything like that. Like I said, I really think like maybe Mossy Meadow and Copper would be gorgeous. I also think that my traditional navy and silver that I always do would be gorgeous. I think cherry cobbler and I almost want to say copper again because I feel like the darker colors need that darker foil, but there's so many different options and I think they're all going to be fabulous. So there's another one. You are texting the family in California. That's okay. I don't know. You could still be in the morning time. We can all still enjoy that. I know my husband is not a morning person at all. So he's super off on any sort of morning tasks or anything like that. And I'm like, babe, it's noon. I'm the one who's ready to eat with Claire at 11. And he's like, really? Little bit of extra white and foil on this one. That happens. You can't always cut perfectly straight. Can't always stamp perfectly straight. It's okay. Made with love, not perfection, as one of my stampers said once, and I have completely adopted because I think it is a wonderful saying. My belly usually tells me what time it is because I'm always hungry. I have a shirt that says never not hungry. And now that I have Claire, I feel like she needs a shirt that says the same thing. Because you know how toddlers, it's like I need a snack now and then I need food and then I need another snack. And she's starting to kind of level off on not needing as many snacks. But some days I swear she's going to eat us out of house and home. This one I almost don't think I'm going to put any sort of gilded gem on because I'm not really sure where to put it. Like, do I put it on opposing corners? Is two too many because you're supposed to decorate with odds? So I think I'm just going to leave this one alone. And then the inside greeting for this one. I think I'm just going to do just the regular Merry Christmas. I could have easily done that Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This one would totally have worked too. I feel like I'm already like slightly de-stressing by making these Christmas cards and getting my stash kind of bulked up. And it's only September. How fabulous is that? Okay, another celebrate the season. One of the other things is my mom will still need to make her cards. And last year my sister came and we made all of her cards as well. So I kind of like to have mine like done and out of the way so that I can kind of work with them on theirs and not have to stress about my own as well. Let's just hope my sister doesn't want to do another coloring one. That's what we did last year, and I thought she was crazy, and she was. But we finished them, and they were gorgeous. So look who's the crazy ones now. I always kind of say that if you think your family is not crazy, it's you. And while I'm definitely crazy, so is my family. Yes, her appetite is for sure big as she's burning energy all the time. She comes home from school and she is just like starving and chugging water. She's a really good water drinker anyway, but I just don't think that they have it around all the time, which is totally fine. I get that, especially with having, multiple kids and stuff, trying to keep everybody's cups separate and everything. But yeah, I think that she just doesn't drink as much at school because she's either preoccupied or they just don't have it, sitting out and available because they're not going to take all the drinks with them, when they go to the playground and everywhere that they go. So yeah, she comes home and she like eats like crazy and drinks like crazy. So how many of you guys have started your Christmas cards? Have you started? Have you thought about it? Are you done? Do you make them the year before? Do you not send Christmas cards? Because I know, like, I almost feel like it's like a dying art. Like, people don't send Christmas cards as much. I think because we have so much, social media and other ways to interact that people kind of give up the card part of it. A lot of people also do photo cards. So that's another option. Stampin' Up! Does have this really awesome kit that I actually still have not assembled. But you can put a photo on the front of it. And you can do it in either portrait or landscape. So you don't have to worry about, I can't use that with mine. So that's super awesome. I will have to get that out for next week. Although I don't have photos done to be able to do that. I usually stick a photo in there. Or I can't really say usually. I've only done that the past 2 years. Ever since I had Claire, then we do a little picture. But prior to that, we didn't do a picture. Not even close. There's nothing wrong with that, Kathy. You've made 70, so see, you're like on the path with me where you're kind of freaking out because you feel like you need to get a whole bunch done. But 70 is a good start. It's a really good start. I don't even know if Christmas stamps are out yet, but I usually get those early as well so that I can start. Like whenever I feel like I'm getting behind, then I'll sit down some evening and put all, like do the return address, which is a stamp, and do the stamps so that the envelopes are like prepped. And then I feel like I'm a little farther along. But this year, maybe I'll have my cards finished before I actually have my envelopes. Wouldn't that be amazing? I'm going to stamp a few of these. But yeah, I usually start using, I get Christmas stamps to of course put on my Christmas cards, but then I'm not actually using Christmas stamps until December. I'm a pretty picky stamp person. I always like the pretty ones. Flowers. There's a really pretty iris one right now. I was doing Sesame Street for a really long time. I got those around Claire's birthday because we did her birthday in Sesame Street. And I was so afraid, though, that she was going to think that they were stickers and want to play with them. And those are some expensive stickers. But no, knock on wood, so far we haven't had that problem. She has tried to open the envelopes before we actually get them to the mailbox, but she hasn't pulled off stamps yet. I don't think I'm going to get all 13 done before nap time. And by nap time, I mean her nap time and mine. I usually try to lay down for a little bit after I put her down for a nap. Otherwise, it seems like I can't get through the rest of the day because I'm just so exhausted. Pregnancy will do that to you. I have always been one to need my sleep too. I'm sure many would be jealous of the amount of sleep that I get, but I need that. Like, I find that it keeps me healthy and rested and in a better frame of mind. Don't forget that doing assembly line is always much faster than doing different cards. I already feel like there's probably a better assembly to all of this. Like maybe I should do all of these inside ones. I just don't want to forget to not put the foil and the ribbon on because I'm trying to like assembly line it. You're not a morning person either? See, I'm a morning person and I am not a night owl. And Brad is the absolute opposite. He stays up super late and he is not a morning person. He's like, there is too much talking this morning. I think I'm just going to do the rest of these in Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. That's kind of usually what I write in there. So the fact that I'm stamping it kind of takes out one extra step. And then I can just put the names at the top and then put love, all of us on the bottom. And there's nothing better than a beautiful sunrise. And the awesome thing is I can see the sunset before it gets super late. So it's the best of both worlds for me. But a super early morning where it's like crispy out and kind of chilly and there's like that morning fog kind of low. Yup, that's my jam. Or it's like really hot and you're like, it's going to be a hot day today. But it still kind of has a little bit of that morning cool. And by cool, relatively speaking, if it's going to be a really hot day. Okay, so I finished all the inside greetings and inside panels. So now I'm going to put all of the gold foils on. Why do I feel like there's way more foil here? Oh, there's all of these too. I was like, there feels to be a lot more foil than I have white. And I don't know if you have noticed, but I actually left like a little bit of white at the top as a little border up here. And then there's the bottom. So there's just a little bit of white up top there. And then I added the ribbon to kind of smear the foil into the white down at the bottom. And this one has a little bit of extra white hanging off the side. I don't really think anyone would notice this except me. So you could always trim it off or you could leave it. Okay, I said I was going to do all the foils, so. So let me know if you like this bulk Christmas card making. And then I can do a couple other ones where I do a complete tutorial list of all the supplies for you guys. And then you can gather the supplies and either stamp with me or come back and watch it again later to create some of your own. So let me know if that has been awesome for you and if you're interested in more of those or any other suggestions that you might have for Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. After all, it's therapy for me and for you. So I want you to get the most out of it. Lots of snail adhesive used. I still feel like I might have 2 extras, but that actually might be on purpose because it was the end of a 12 by 12 sheet. So I went ahead and just cut the last 2 into squares. And like I said, I really think I might do this one more of it and possibly in different colors. So that's perfectly fine. Ooh, I'm running out of time. I feel like I did pretty good with all the bow tying and everything else with this one and getting 13 cards done. Although the other day I did like, I don't know, close to 20 I feel like it was. And I was super impressed. That one feels really bulky. Whoop! I just about cut both the ribbon tied around and the tail. That would have upset me. Halloween and birthday this weekend. So Paper Pumpkin should be coming any day now. And that will be my Halloween. So we will probably be working on that next week. And then I don't do a lot for Halloween because I'm not a huge fan of Halloween. So I kind of just do a few cards for my nieces and nephews and that's about it. So I will probably be working on Halloween next week with Paper Pumpkin. And then I do like fall, Thanksgiving, and that season. Thanksgiving is my second favorite holiday after Easter. But I still don't really send like Thanksgiving cards. More just like fall, thankful, thinking of you style of cards. Do you guys like the bigger greeting with no gilded gem on it? Or do you prefer the smaller greeting with a gilded gem? So do you prefer the bigger greeting or like a smaller greeting with the gilded gem? You could also gold emboss that greeting, and then that would be super stunning too. Okay, this will probably be my last one since it's 1 o'clock. The main reason why I'm stalling is because I'm pretty sure Claire's still playing in the tub upstairs. Or I feel like I can still hear her playing in the tub. She takes a shower with me every evening. So really, when she plays in the tub, it's just for fun. Oh, there goes the water. So now I know I need to wrap it up. You like the bigger greeting? Well, that's interesting to know because then I don't have to use gilded gems and there's even less bulkiness on the card. Okay, so I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 left to tie ribbons on. So here is the bigger greeting, and then there's Be Merry, and then there's Celebrate the Season. So many fabulous options. It's so fun to be able to do the same style of card, but with different stamps, just to kind of achieve a different look, and so you're not kind of feeling bored with the same thing over and over again, or maybe that's just me, I don't know. But anyway, I am so thankful for all of you guys to join in, and wow, you guys all like the bigger one. It's crazy that we don't usually have a consensus where everybody is the same way, but it looks like I need to start just doing the bigger greeting. So thank you guys all for joining in on today's Laura's Dose of Stamping Therapy. I love and appreciate all of you guys so much and hope that you have a wonderful weekend. As always, love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Have a wonderful weekend and happy stamping. Bye-bye.